In the beginning, when the universe was young, a mighty and ancient alien race known only as the Old Ones nurtured and guided the development of some of the primitive intelligent races of the Milky Way galaxy, shaping them for a specific purpose. In those times, the warp was not the hostile place to life it has become in later ages. However, the Necrons, with their alliance with the malevolent star gods known as the Catan, rose to challenge the Old Ones, nearly driving them to extinction. In response, the Old Ones created new psychic warrior races, hoping that these species' stronger ties to the warp and potent psychic powers would turn the tide against the Necrons and their Catan masters in the ancient war in heaven. Among these races were the ancestors of the Eldari and the Krork, who may have been the ancestors of the green-skinned Orcs. But even before the birth of the Emperor of Mankind on Terra in the 8th millennium BC, three of the major chaos gods of the present, Khorne, Tzeentch, and Nurgle, had already begun to take form in the warp, though it would take until the end of Terra's European Middle Ages midway through the 2nd millennium, circa 1400 AD, for them to fully awaken. It was not until the 30th millennium that Slaanesh emerged, brought into existence by the terrible collective psychic flaws of the ancient Eldari. Its birth marked the end of the Eldari's great interstellar empire and the Age of Strife, as well as the beginning of the Emperor's Great Crusade and the birth of the Imperium of Man. In truth, time has no meaning within the Empyrean, and from the point of view of the Dark Gods, all four of them are relative newborns. At the same time, they have existed since the first mortal woke to sentience in the galaxy tens of millions of Terran years ago. The rise of chaos and the first three chaos gods seems to correspond to the rapid rise and development of humanity in the Milky Way galaxy. It suggests that mankind, of all the sentient species of the galaxy, was primarily responsible for the disharmonizing of the warp and the birth of the first three chaos gods, or at least the major chaos gods in their current form. Without question, all the sentient species of the Milky Way played a role in the birth of the chaos gods, but it seems that mankind has an especially close relationship with chaos, or that the nature of mankind's collective psyche is particularly aggressive, unstable, and yes, chaotic. As the sentient species of the galaxy developed, the power of chaos grew stronger, and new chaos entities emerged from the raw energy of the warp. These included the Great Unclean Ones, the Lords of Change, and the Bloodthirsters, among others. The emotions and desires of mortals have a direct impact on the warp, and as the galaxy was consumed by wars and destruction, the power of chaos grew stronger. As mortals became more corrupt and violent, the influence of the dark gods spread further, corrupting even those who sought to resist them. Over time, the worship of the chaos gods became more widespread, with many cults and secret societies devoted to them. Some mortals even made pacts with the dark gods in exchange for power and knowledge, becoming powerful sorcerers and champions of chaos. As chaos grew stronger, it began to seep into the physical world, causing mutations and creating new and terrifying creatures. The Imperium of Man and other factions sought to resist the forces of chaos, but their efforts often only served to strengthen the power of the dark gods. In the 41st millennium, the galaxy is consumed by war and strife, and the forces of chaos continue to grow stronger. The fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance as the Imperium of Man and other factions struggle to resist the relentless advance of the forces of the warp.